Welcome to In Your Element podcast, where we dive into stories of those thriving in their element. From entrepreneurs, influencers, to chefs, musicians, and the community leaders, we explore their journeys, struggles, and successes. I'm Randall Pink with Natalie Kaufman, and today we're bringing you another incredible conversation with Kevin Fry, Graham Wyler, and Cincinnati Police Chief DG.
Back up in my yellow. I get my grind on and my mind strong, I'm working. I clock in when the night's long, so much time gone, but it's worth it. I'm locked in, keep the lights on, got my mind on my purpose. It's working, I flourish, I earned it. Can't tell me I don't deserve it, yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Jeff Wyler Automotive. You can count on Jeff Wyler to deliver high-quality vehicles at fair prices and provide excellent services to meet all your needs.
Cincinnati children battling illnesses and challenges will soon get a pretty sweet ride. The Jeff Wyler Automotive family, along with help from local partners and law enforcement agencies, is bringing Canadian-based Driven Project to Ohio for the first time. Some local children battling illnesses and challenges are treated as VIPs today and given the ride of a lifetime.
Now the Supercar Parade will stop right in front of the fountains here at Union Terminal. And local partners and law enforcement agencies are working together to bring the Driven Project to Ohio for the first time.
A parade of supercars will have some very important passengers.
Welcome back. This is In Your Element podcast. I'm Randall Pink.
I'm Natalie Kaufman, and what a way to start out season 2 with a bang. We're here inside Element Eatery, located at Madison Square, and also what a way to start it out with our partners.
Yes. So please introduce your guys' self.
Absolutely. My name is Kevin Fry. I'm the head coach of marketing at the Jeff Wyler Automotive family. Be celebrating my 20th year there coming up.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
congrats.
awesome.
My name is Graham Wyler. I'm going to be acting as the chairperson for this year's Wyler FASTLANE event.
Hi, I'm Terry Thege. I'm the police chief for the city of Cincinnati, and I've been with the city police department for 35 years.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
That's very inspiring.
So you said you're there for about 20 years, or
That's
coming up on
correct.
20 years?
Yes.
And what exactly is your job? I know you said coach of marketing.
Head coach of marketing. We have a sports culture where we coach each other to become better players and whatnot. So we have the titles of head coach, maybe more formally known as the marketing director.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that too. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I get some sideways looks.
Yeah, so if I can jump in here, a couple years ago, we actually fired every single manager and every single boss that we have at the Jeff Wyler Automotive family, and we rehired them as head coaches because, you know, you're not supposed to be a boss or a manager, but you're supposed to have your team of people, and you're supposed to lead them as a coach.
I love that. That changes the dynamic for sure.
Yeah,
That is
awesome.
a really
Creating that equal environment as far as that sports theme goes.
Yes.
100%. We're all in it together. We're a team. We're going to win together, and we're going to lose together.
I love that. We try. We're really like a family here. You know, it's marketing director and then it's like AVIT, but weirdly we work a lot together. Like you would think it would be like completely different departments, but we kind of bounce ideas off each other. So I think a team and a family at work is very important.
Yes. And so what about you? What's your main role?
Yeah, so I grew up obviously as a part of the Wyler family. Right now I'm working over at our Eastgate location, doing my own kind of rotational program, really trying to learn the business the best I can from the ground up.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And now what about you?
Yeah, sometimes I have to ask myself, what is my role? It changes from day to day. But I get the 100% pleasure of being the chief with Cincinnati Police Department. I'm born and raised Cincinnati, and so I love this city. I love this police department. But the real pleasure is the men and women who I get to work with, sworn and civilian staff, close to about 1,100 total. And I could not be more proud of the work that they do every single day for this city.
That
Yeah,
is
we love
so amazing.
Absolutely.
I love that. Thank you for everything that you do for our city.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. So going back to you guys,
Sunday, September 28th, we are going to be hosting our annual Wyler FASTLANE event. And what that is, it's a community-based charity event around the city of Cincinnati, involving supercars and super kids.
nice. Now, how did you guys get inspired to do that?
You know, we've been a part of the Cincinnati community for a long time. We've run a family business here in the neighborhood for over 50 years. And this is one of the ways we have of just giving back to Cincinnati and the community and the families within it.
I love that. So when you say supercar and super kids, what does that mean? What is this event about?
Yeah, so we provide a once-in-a-lifetime experience for kids who are facing life-challenging illnesses, oftentimes staying at the Ronald McDonald House, just getting them out of the hospital for a day and giving them a day to remember for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
And I'm sure they will. That is amazing. And how long have you guys been doing this for?
This is going to be our 5th year, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever.
Wow. Congratulations, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so where does this event take place?
So it's going to be starting in Milford, Ohio, and it's going to be through a different couple locations in Cincinnati. We're going to be on the highways, driving through the city streets. Our first stop is going to be at Union Terminal. Then we're going to go to Fountain Square in downtown Cincinnati. Then we're going to make a stop at the Ronald McDonald House for all the kids and families staying there. And then we're going to round it up at the Jeff Wyler Automotive headquarters in Milford, Ohio.
Wow.
Amazing.
So in Milford, Ohio, your guys' headquarters, you guys have something special in there, don't you?
Of course, yes.
What do you guys have in there?
So we have a ton of stuff set up for the kids and their families for this event. We have a whole museum for them to walk through. We're going to have our partners, Caffeine and Fuel Cincinnati, stage some cars out there for us as well.
Yes, we are very familiar with Caffeine and Fuel.
They're great partners.
They're amazing. Yes.
And I gotta ask, what's your role in this?
So the police department actually kind of has dual roles. We started with the event 5 years ago in helping with the logistical side of things, closing the streets, making sure everything's done safely. My traffic unit officers, motorcycle unit officers really step up their game for this event. So to make sure that it is done completely safely for the drivers and the VIPs, which is our very important passengers that we have in our cars.
That's right.
The kids. So we started kind of in a logistical role, but I'm happy to say, with the graciousness of the Wyler Automotive Group, they have also embraced the police chief, my previous police chief, Elliot Isaac, and now me. We get to drive one of the cars.
What?
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice to be able to do something for them and then have them include us in the day's event as well.
That's awesome.
So is this event open to the public?
It is open to the public. Parts of it are open to the public, and there are parts off that are private, just meant for the kids and their families.
Right.
So if the public does want to get involved, there are some opportunities. The first one being at Union Terminal. If they want to show up and support us there, I recommend getting there before 9:30 because Chief DG and her team will be shutting down the streets around that time. Great opportunity to make signs and support these kids. Caffeine and Fuel Cincinnati will be out there. We'll have the media out there. We'll have some mascots and just a whole lot of fun festivities for these.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Is there going to be press there? What's the deal with the press?
Yeah, so we have opportunities for press to be involved throughout the entire day. I think I'm starting my morning out at 5:30 with some local interviews. So bright and early or dark and early.
There's nothing better than that, right?
Exactly. They'll be at Union Terminal. They'll pretty much be at all of our locations, covering as much as they can, and we're open to it as well.
Doing an interview at 5:30 in the morning.
It sounds fun, to be honest with you.
Got to get your coffee early.
We got to get you coffee early. This is your 5th year, correct?
This is the 5th year, correct.
Do you guys have any stories from the year 1 to year 5?
Yeah, Kevin has some pretty awesome stories that he's been able to experience.
I can share a couple. I'll say this, when we started this event, and there's been some similar ones around the country, And so we're like, this is something we like to put together, but I need to approach the Cincinnati Police Department. And I got to tell you, I went down there with a lot of trepidation. I thought they were going to say you're nuts and just throw me out. And it was 180 degrees the opposite. As soon as they grasped what we were trying to do, they're like, we fully support this. We want to help you. So my first story is that we could not do this in any way, shape, or form without Cincinnati Police. It is a huge logistical event that involves multiple departments that they're coordinating. But one of the cool things coming out of this is just to see, as a Cincinnatian, how blessed we are to have such a great department, because we really, truly do. They're exceptionally good. But my favorite story from year one was, unfortunately, we had rain. It was not too good of weather. And we're getting ready in the morning. We have all these supercars, we have $500,000, $750,000 a piece. And so one of our VIPs showed up with a support dog, which we were not aware of. So I think about, I have a young child with a big dog that's soaking wet in a very expensive car. And I had to approach the driver and say, listen, I was unaware that she has a support dog. I know the dog's wet. I can put her in our support vehicle unless you might be willing, to let this dog in your car. And he hesitated for a second, and he looked at me and he said, you know what? It's just a car. And that's when I knew how special this thing was. I got to elaborate. Our first stop is Union Terminal. Got down there, and all the excitement, I forgot to bring this young lady's wheelchair. And everybody's like, this is perfectly fine. The drivers rallied. They picked her up and moved her. By the way, each child moves each stop, so they get to ride in 3 cars. And all 3 drivers took the dog in her car. Now, do you want me to give you the next part of that story? This spring, the driver of that car took her to her prom and said he's going to walk her down the aisle when she gets. These are the relationships being built. This is a powerful, very powerful thing that we're doing in the community. So we're just thrilled to have everybody help us.
Wow. Way to come full circle on that. That's crazy. And I love when community events start off with just an idea, and then you get the right people involved, like the Cincinnati Police Department, and it just hit the ground running, and then you're 5 years into it and having this amazing event. And I'm sure there's more stories like that come of this when you have these types of events.
I think you need to get some stories from them with the kids in the cars, because I think that's Terry, I mean, you got to have some of those.
Yeah. So a couple of them. One, first of all, so I enjoy being at these events. Working with the Wyler group is phenomenal. Seeing the smiles on the kids' faces is just amazing. But I, as the chief, also like standing back and watching my officers interact with these kids. You can see that they are a compassionate group of officers. They enjoy this event just as much as I do. So there's a lot of things that I look at from my perspective as the chief. But one of the things I tell them, so I do not have a sports car personally, a supercar, but the Wyler group is gracious enough to always have one for me to drive. And I always have to remind myself, okay, this is not my car, and this is not my child sitting next to me in the car. So I have to be super careful for both of those reasons. I have to make sure the car comes back in one piece and the child comes back in one piece. So but yeah, they've been a great partner. And when you see the people who come out just to cheer on the kids at Union Terminal, drive Fountain Square, people there to see us, the kids love it. And I try to tell the kids in the car all the time, they're here for you. Wave to them. Look, they're standing out here for you. Say hi. And the kids are just phenomenal. One year I had a young boy who loved country music. So we figured out how to hook my phone up to the Bluetooth in the car that I was driving, and we just cranked country music while we were driving.
I do believe you were singing with them.
Well, okay, what country artist was it?
I think at the time it was Luke Bryan.
Okay, yep. Go to.
That's amazing, and I feel like there's nothing better than a kid's smile, right? Like, especially with these kids that are going through what they're going through, and be able to have this platform for them to come out and enjoy the day. It really does make a huge difference. I could just tell that you guys are extremely passionate about what you guys do in general, but also having these types of events.
It's very inspiring. It's very inspiring, and I mean, you guys should be very proud of like the community that you've built, because I mean, it makes me emotional even thinking about it. So
Yeah. I have to say, so I have 4 adult children and I have 9 grandchildren. And by the grace of God, they are all healthy and always have been. So when I see these kids that may have a struggle in their life, it just makes me want to do something for them with the partnership with the Wyler Group. Because I don't think you realize how lucky you are until you see some of these kids. And these kids just take it in stride. They don't realize sometimes, maybe that day, that morning, we can make them forget about their challenge. That's what it's all about.
My fiance had leukemia when he was 13 or 14, and he was in children's for about 9 months straight. And I mean, obviously I didn't know him at the time, but he would just tell me these stories about how, these doctors would come in and I mean, some of these doctors, they're going to be blunt with you. And he's like, I remember a doctor telling me at 13 years old, you're not going to make it. And he just like, nope, that's not true. That's not true. And here he is, here he is now, and we're getting married in December, and he's cured. And yeah, but so it hits home with me when I hear about that, because hearing his stories and
Power of positive
Yes.
thinking.
that's all right.
And with these types of events, you guys give another perspective for these kids' lives. Some of them might be discouraged, some of them might not be, but in order to get out and enjoy and experience something like what you guys are offering is huge for them. The Ronald McDonald House, one of the guys as sponsors or core partners in this?
Core partners.
Core partners?
Mhm.
And what kind of role do they have here?
So the Ronald McDonald House, working closely with Children's Hospital, actually provides the list of VIPs, the kids who are going to be riding shotgun with us all day during our rally. They also allow us to come in to their courtyard and show off some of our supercars for the families and kids that they have there.
Awesome. And you guys work real close with the Ronald McDonald House as well, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And, being a lifelong Cincinnatian, I think I've come to realize what a gem for our city the Children's Hospital here and the Ronald McDonald House is for us. Kevin had mentioned that the Children's Hospital helps us get the VIPs for the day. A dear friend of mine works for Cancer Free Kids, and I know they were also instrumental in working with Children's Hospital to get the VIPs.
That's such a great organization to have here in Cincinnati. Were they always someone that you guys were going to have in your corner?
Ronald McDonald House, absolutely. It was actually them and CPD right out of the gate were fully in support of this. And so they've been fantastic partners. We couldn't do this without them. But I've got to share and get our driver's perspective. Our final stop of Fastlane is we pull into the courtyard of Ronald McDonald House, and all the kids there are waiting. Cincinnati Police Department makes sure everything's safe, all the cars are stopped, and then these kids flood out and interact with the drivers, the police, they rev engines. I mean, Terry and Graham, share what your experience is as a driver with the kids there.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, it's like rolling up to a celebrity event. You literally have these kids waiting behind these glass doors to come out and interact with these cars. And not only that, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the way that Ronald McDonald House is set up. They have rooms that are overlooking the courtyard, and unfortunately, they do have some residents that aren't well enough to come outside and get an up-close look at the cars. So you see them pressed up against the glass, trying to get as close as a look as possible.
That's like a grand finale, like crossing the finish line.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And part of the thrill for these kids is the revving of the engine. The acceleration is what really gets the kids hyped up during the event. And so that in the courtyard, we have the opportunity to rev the engines for them. And I think that also leads me to a group that we forgot to mention are the owners and drivers of these cars and the way they step up their time, their car, to be there with us that day. They're phenomenal group of people.
Yeah.
I don't have any words. I'm just like getting emotional because I just have no words. Sorry.
If I could say about the drivers, so in fairness, think about this. Year one, we're approaching, in this case, 12 people that own these supercars with this crazy idea. Hey, would you be willing to give up a day in your vehicle to do this? And I'm sure most of them are like, who is this guy and why should I do it? And that first year just set the bar. It moved them so much, each one, that they all wanted right of first refusal, that nobody could replace them. And guess what? We have every single original driver. The only additional ones have been when we've added cars, and we have a waiting list of people that want to participate. But the relationships these drivers are building are phenomenal. So we absolutely, thank you for bringing that up, Terry. We absolutely love our drivers. They're all independent owners that live in Cincinnati that just want to give back a little bit of their heart and generosity.
I think that kind of goes back to like when you guys are putting the spotlight on community events like this and the Ronald McDonald House and stuff like that. I think a lot of people want to be a part of events like this, and they're just not sure how to get involved. Or I guess, is this being like televised, or like you said you're going to do an interview? Explain to me a little bit about how people are capturing this the day of.
Yeah, so we'll be doing interviews leading up to the parade, but then actually during the parade, we'll have live streams, and we'll be live on different social media platforms where viewers can follow along.
Nice. And how do they find that link, or how do they tap in?
It's the Jeff Wyler Facebook page and Instagram page. They'll do a live stream, but all of the outlets will be present at Union Terminal. That is actually so much fun because we really like them to interview with the kids. The kids just get the biggest kick out of that. And then we also have like Sarah Lease from WEBN.
Yeah, we're very familiar with
Potter
Sarah.
that come down. They're doing interviews too, and it's all focused on the kids. And think about it, when you're a young child, to have someone come up with a microphone and you're the star of the day. I mean, I'm watching our drivers are handing off to the kids like, oh, you need to interview them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
That sounds like an amazing event. We're hoping for sunny weather. Is this a rain or shine event?
It is. In fact, year one, we had terrible weather.
Yeah.
And we still pulled it off. And I think it kind of set a precedent. We know we could do it in any weather moving forward. Of course, we would like for it to be nicer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's rain or shine, yes.
And has it always been in September, or was September kind of a good month?
So we work very closely with Cincinnati Police Department in scheduling. We have to coordinate around not having a Bengals home game, Reds game, things to that nature. So I actually wait for the NFL schedule before I reach out, then we start sitting down. And listen, we're doing this at the incredible generosity and commitment of Cincy PD to be able to work with us. So that's when we put together a date and start moving forward with the planning.
Yeah, because, I mean, not to switch gears, but Bengals play what, Monday Night Football or that weekend? Or when do they play Sunday?
They don't have a home game that Sunday, but my understanding is that the traffic unit is the escort for the visiting NFL team.
That's correct. That's
going to
correct.
be tied up, and of course, we're going to work around what they have.
That's all. That works out. That's awesome.
What can people expect, like the public, that when they show up to the event, what can they actually expect to see?
Say I come and I've never been before. I just now hearing about this event. What am I going to expect, like walking into it?
Yeah, you're going to expect to see lots of awesome supercars and hopefully lots of our VIPs with a big old smile on their face. So whether you guys turn up to Union Terminal or Fountain Square, show up, be loud, bring signs, and cheer on these kids as we drive them through the city streets.
And what time does this event happen?
So at Union Terminal, be down there at 9:30 before the streets close down. We're going to roll up to Union Terminal closer to 10 o'clock. And then we're going to be around Fountain Square at around 10:25.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, and if I could too, I think Kevin and Graham are being a little modest because the end of this event it culminates at the Jeff Wyler Automotive Group in Milford, but it's not like the kids just end their day from driving the cars. They then have all kinds of swag for these kids. And we get to learn a little bit about each one of the kids, give them their bags, recognize them for who they are, and that ends the day.
Wow, what a perfect day. And you know, this is something that they're going to remember forever and look forward to every year. Yes.
There's a great visual effect because CPD is closing down the roads as we're moving. And then you have all the flashing lights, and then these cars are insanely noisy.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the drivers are probably revving up more than normal. So
Yeah.
there is definitely a wow factor that's going on. And of course, for the kids, I mean, I've seen it in some of our playback videos, like, is this for me? Is it? Yeah. And yeah, this parade's for you. They're waving at you. They're taking pictures of you. And that it's to make them the VIP that day, that experience.
It's all about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you asked what could the community expect, or maybe what could they do? As Kevin mentioned, we shut down the streets, typically in the direction that we were traveling. So if you're out there in traffic or traveling the opposite direction, just beep your horn for these kids. Just beep your horn and wave, and I tell them that that's all for them too.
And I am so sad. I am missing it. I will sadly be out of town, but
If other people from the community want to get involved, whether it's businesses and stuff like that, how do they get involved? Or is it pretty closed off? Or
Yeah, every year we're looking to get bigger and better. We want to impact as many people positively as possible. So we're open to new partnerships. We do have to be a little selective since we are dealing with some expensive cars and some sensitive kids. But yeah, reach out to Kevin and the marketing team.
You can reach out to me, the head coach of marketing at Jeff Wyler. Some of our great sponsors locally include Walmart, Chick-fil-A, Nissan, Cox Automotive family, obviously Jeff Wyler Automotive family, and then Cincinnati Police Department, Milford Police Department, Milford Fire Department, Miami Township. Everyone is working together and on the swag. You want to share what some of the swag is that's involved?
Yeah, we have some really cool items to give away to some of these kids. We have custom mini Matchbox cars.
No way.
We have decaled them with Wyler FASTLANE stickers, CPD stickers of all of our sponsors. So it's a cool little keepsake, one-of-a-kind item for them to take home. They'll be getting some t-shirts. Walmart puts together a great bag for us.
they're going to go home loaded.
Yeah. Cincinnati Police Department gives us a nice swag bag for the kids. A ton of stuff for them.
Wow.
Yeah,
That sounds like a great event, and I'm gonna try to get my little 5-year-old to come on out, and maybe my 16-year-old if I can pull him off the Xbox.
Yeah, you need to bring your 16-year-old and your 5-year-old. I feel like Parker would like it too.
I think so.
Even though he's 16, and he's like, nah.
I think he would be surprised how up close he can get to the car.
The Supercars.
Yeah, he'll get to walk right up to him and get a good look at him.
Yeah, he's riding that fine line about whether or not he wants to get his license or not. Luckily for me, I'm like, all right, if you want to wait a little longer, that's fine. But I'll have to pull him out.
Well, here's an idea. You buy him a supercar, and then he'll go.
There we go. Maybe this will encourage him a little bit. Yep.
Maybe he could just test drive him. I'm like, whichever one you want, right? So with our podcast, it's In Your Element podcast. We've kind of highlighted what's in your guys' elements. One of the questions that we ask here is, what is out of your element? And I'd just like to ask each individual, what is something that's out of your element?
And this is anything. I mean, we've had people come on here saying like doing the dishes, doing the laundry, cooking. So like
something that's completely out of your element, whether or not you have to do it, you don't want to do it. Let's start with you.
So I'm going to put it tied into this because I've got an all new perspective and respect for parents that have a child in this situation. And I've been learning the hard way, per se, across these years. The first year, one of the things we did as part of the parade is we drove by the entrance of Children's Hospital. And that actually panicked a lot of the kids, thinking we were taking them back to the hospital. And it's moments like that are humbling. And the other thing, too, is we've learned is the siblings. How does it feel to be a sibling of a child that's very sick? And, of course, is going to get a lot of additional attention. and they'll feel left out in an event like this. And so we have found that we need to go out of our way to make the siblings feel special, valued, and loved as well. So our fabulous sponsors are giving additional swag for the siblings. We try to do some shorter rides for them back at the headquarters, things to that nature.
Well, you guys have really thought about every aspect of this.
We're learning it each year. And I think this is part of the reason why Cincy PD loves this, is the attention to detail. The itinerary is down to the minute. And every year we meet afterwards and go through every single minute of the event for safety and how to improve the event.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback off of that. I think seeing an event like the Wyler FASTLANE event really touches on the importance of delegating and working as a team. As Kevin mentioned, there's lots of things that come up that you may not personally think of yourself. So it's great to have our great partners like the Cincinnati Police Department, Walmart, and all of our other sponsorships that we work with to put on this event with us.
What about you?
Well, I think earlier in the podcast, I gave you a sneak peek of where I'm out of my element. It's probably behind the wheel of a supercar. I would rather be behind the wheel of a big old SUV any day of the week. I'm more comfortable. I don't care. Send me into a building looking for a bad guy than putting me behind the wheel of a supercar.
That's funny.
I know. I'm good with my Tucson. Thanks.
Well, I greatly appreciate the Jeff Wyler partnership, probably more so on a personal level. I know my dad was an executive with you guys, and he recently was a medical retirement, and I just want to thank you guys for all the help that you guys have done for him in the past. So I just wanted to say thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, this has been In Your Element podcast. I'm Randall Pink.
I'm Natalie Kaufman.
Kevin Fry, head coach.
Graham Wyler.
And Terry Thiegy from CPD.
Thank you guys so much, and we look forward to having you guys back on and all these community events that you guys do for us here in Cincinnati.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys having us on.
Back up in my yellow. I get my grind on and my mind strong, I'm working. I clock in when the night's long, so much time gone, but it's worth it. I'm locked in, keep the lights on, got my mind on my purpose. It's working, I flourish, I earned it. Can't tell me I don't deserve it, yeah.